Thanks for having me. I appreciate your time, and I always enjoy Green Industry Pros. There's always great content around sales, marketing, and of course the future of the green industry that we all know and love. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So it's been interesting to see the typically is historically, you think about all this technology, this technological revolution where technology reaches every other part of the buying world, right? You can buy anything on Amazon, anything online, but it seems that the green industry, for example, has been a space that's been more on the laggard side of things, and technology has kind of been slow to be adopted and evolved. So I think the biggest thing I've been seeing over the past 12 months within this industry is, like you had mentioned, the robotic lawnmowers kind of entering the green industry, and whole companies being formed around that kind of that value add and that hypothesis that the reason their hypothesis is the labor market right now is so tough for traditional lawn care companies. How do we scale that out and get rid of that pain point of trying to hire people? Well, we'll just have robots go and mow the lawn. Very similar to kind of our vision is that you can buy everything else online. You cannot buy home services in a beautiful, interactive way yet. Typically, you have to go to somebody's website and wait for them to call you back during business hours. There's no way currently to buy home services in an interactive, beautiful way, just like you would over the phone from a human. And that's kind of our vision with Lawnbot, but ultimately the larger vision is ServiceBot, hitting every home service vertical out there. So that's definitely I guess to codify everything, the major thing I've been seeing is technology moving into the industry in various facets. So it's been very exciting to see, and there's actually a lot of venture dollars coming into this space as well. My friend Lisa Fiore with Landscape Hub, shout out to you. They just raised a pretty substantial seed round around connecting landscapers, so the people that are buying landscape material, with the nurseries and the people actually providing the materials. That you think about that process. Very similar to purchasing lawn care. You're calling a bunch of companies or going to their website and then waiting for them to call you back. They're building a marketplace around connecting landscapers and the people selling topsoil and rocks and stones and trees. So it's very exciting to be in the green industry at this time because I think the technology cycle and loop is finally catching up to the green industry, and it's very, very exciting time. Yeah, so I didn't set out to build this product. I own a lawn care company here in Grand Rapids, Michigan that services 2,000 clients. I grew it from 0 to 2,000 clients in about 6 years. And as I was growing and scaling the company, I was hitting a bottleneck around hiring salespeople. We were creating so much inbound demand and interest via our website, Facebook ads, doing a great job for customers, and Google reviews. We're the highest reviewed, highest rated company, so naturally we get a lot of digital inbound leads. We were overwhelmed in the spring, especially, and so I've always kind of flirted with this idea. Well, why? I mean, the data's out there, right? So we're able to get the lot size from a parcel and then we apply a proprietary formula to it to come up with an estimated lawn size. And typically we can get within 1,000 square feet of the actual measurement. Obviously that's going to be hard sometimes because there's a pool, or maybe they built a shed in the back or something like that, but we get close enough to where it's within a couple bucks of the actual price. But so it started out as just something for my own lawn care company, and when I released it, other lawn care companies started reaching out to me saying, hey Kendall, can I use this in my business? And we were just calling it Lawnbot in the office, all the team. We were all trying to beat the Lawnbot on the sales board that day. And ultimately, we started to get some momentum, and I was like, you know what? I think there was actually a startup competition here in Grand Rapids called Start Garden. They have their 100 Ideas competition, and they award $20,000 to 10 companies, 10 startup ideas. And at this point, we had about 8 companies on the pilot version. We entered that competition. I was selected as one of the finalists. It was me. So they picked 10, but 100 companies are competing for this for $20K, and they give out $20K to 10 of the companies. So I was one of the 10 winners. And, it was I didn't know what to expect going in. It was a great experience. We ended up winning that startup competition for Lawnbot. And that gave me more confidence to go into this full time. And I started thinking about it, and more lawn care companies started reaching out during this time. And I'm like, wow, I think this is larger than just a tool for my own lawn care company. I think that every lawn care company will need this on their website in the next 2 or 3 years. And the more I started thinking about it, I'm like, wow, every service, because I tried to book a moving company for my recent move, and I had to deal with somebody on the phone for 20 minutes. Well, what do you have here? And what do you have there? And I was just thinking every business where you have to deal with a human and go to their website and fill out the contact form and then wait for somebody to call you, it's a painful experience, especially in today's world when we're used to Uber Eats and Grubhub, and everything is literally 2 clicks away. It's my belief that, buying services for your home shouldn't be any different. We have the data, and we're building, the future that we wish was there. So it's really an exciting time to kind of be on the bleeding edge of allowing consumers to buy on their time. Could be Sunday at midnight, could be Saturday at the kids' soccer games. They don't have to wait for the office to be open to get information. So we're really creating a beautiful platform that's not only just, hey, here's your price, but we're actually using a chatbot to kind of do those probing questions. Hey, what does your lawn look like right now? What do you want it to look like? What have you done in the past? So we're getting all these inputs from the user, and based on their inputs, we're curating a program to match their needs. Very similar to what we do over the phone. We ask them, hey, what did you do last year? What are you looking to have done this year? All those sorts of questions. Give them pricing and allow them to sign up and pay and schedule all through my client's platform. So we're actually the platform Lawnbot is. We're not like Lawn Starter or Lawn Guru or any of these other kind of Uber of lawn care type companies. They're trying to be the marketplace, and their value add is that they bring the technology. Our vision is let's sell that technology directly to the companies that have a brand. They already have a great brand presence in the marketplace. They're already generating leads. Let's tap into that inbound lead flow and optimize their sales process and be a sales enablement platform for them to close sales. So we're not just trying to give people quotes here. We're trying to close. We want to give actionable steps or actionable sales where, hey, you could literally get rid of 1 or 2 salespeople by bringing on a Lawnbot, because now you have basically an order taking system that's available 24/7, 365 to be able to exchange with the marketplace, no matter what the time is or who's in the office. So it's a beautiful, exciting thing, and we've had a lot of traction so far. We're up to 35 companies that are on the platform now for 2020, and we're working towards some big strategic partnerships that we're going to hope to announce soon, which should be really exciting. But it's been fun so far. So now I'm building a team. We just brought on our CTO. He's basically a guru here on the tech side, and we're really going at this hard and really optimizing an already great product. So it's been really exciting, and I'm going to be doing this full time. I'm actually selling my lawn care company to my brother, who's my now operations manager, and we're running with this full steam ahead 100% because we think it's such a big problem, and I think with our solution we're able to address it. Hopefully. Hopefully. Sometimes it takes 3 days, especially. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, and the beautiful part is you have these companies like Lawn Starter, Lawn Guru coming into the marketplace, trying to quote unquote disrupt this industry, and our platform, the end client buying the home services will never know that Lawnbot exists because we actually go in and take the company's logos, so it's white labeled to fit every individual company. So Lawn Doctor, for example, they have their own Lawn Doctor branded, Lawnbot platform. So all of the code and stuff is like Lawnbot, but the end client thinks they're dealing with Lawn Doctor directly, not some third-party company. So that's kind of the cool thing too, is each bot experience is customized for every business. I think every company has different value adds to offer in the marketplace that differentiates them. So I think that's really important for each bot platform to not only we're not only just giving a price, but we're trying to communicate value that, we're family owned and operated. We've been in business 20 years. We have the most Google reviews in the area. That kind of verbiage is all customized to each individual customer, and which ultimately I think helps get conversions, sales for them as well. So. Yeah, and it's you got these companies coming in like Lawn Guru, Lawn Starter. Their thesis is they want to be a marketplace, right, and connect end customers with these vendors and contractors, and basically take a cut for connecting them. And it's my belief, just because I've seen it with my own eyes and experienced it, that homeowners, it's a very personal type of thing, right? To bring somebody to your home, inside of your home, for example, with pest control. So to have a random person, the way people buy lawn care today, and I think for the foreseeable future for their home, one of their biggest investments typically is they go on Google, they browse Google reviews, and they want to deal with a local company that is highly reviewed. They know they can trust them. And they want to do business with them in a frictionless way, and that's how I've experienced it and have seen it. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see what unfolds and what the future looks like. But what I love is when we bring a new customer onto the platform, and like for example, Emerald Lawn Care in Illinois, they do fertilizer and weed control. We just launched their bot last week. This is December up there. We're currently in a tundra situation. here in the north. But anyway, they got a quote request coming through their website, and that's how we tap into that inbound lead flow, is through their contact form. And the client, submitted for a free estimate on their website. They clicked submit. They landed on their bot, Emerald Lawn Care's bot. They answered a few questions. They used Weedman in the past, and they just switched to Emerald Lawn Care. And they ended up buying and signing up and paying all through a simple chat exchange for next season. So, and if it's selling in December and we just launched, it's going to be very exciting. So that's what I get happy about, is when other clients have success, on the platform. That's why we're here. We're here to help them close sales and optimize their sales process. Yeah, so what I've been seeing a lot is, so in today's marketplace, this is I've never seen anybody talk about this in print, but in today's marketplace, you think of all this home automation that's happening right now. And we're kind of seeing an explosion of this from a service perspective, of clients having cameras at their house, right? So they have a Ring doorbell or a Nest camera on their house somewhere. But so then it also is twofold, which is awesome because they know you were there. But if they have a Ring camera on the front door and it only it's motion captured, and we've been getting, and I've heard this from other folks in the industry too, is they need to almost prove to homeowners that they were there and did the backyard, for example. And it's really cool. So there's a couple different technologies. One of them is put out by Briggs & Stratton. It's a GPS equipment tracker. So it will literally track the path of the equipment on the lawn and show the exact GPS position. So if your client ever questioned, hey, did you do the backyard? You could literally send them a GPS map of the path that the equipment took on their specific property, which is pretty cool. You could do that anyway. You could set up an automation to, after the service is done, email that client a picture of their service path that was taken on the lawn. And 10, 20 years ago, you probably didn't need that. It wasn't even possible back then, but now it is. So that's kind of cool on that regard. Is the equipment tracking for showing clients that, hey, you're getting a thorough application. We actually did the service out there. So that's one. That's probably the biggest one that I've seen too, is kind of the emerging. And then also, I have another buddy who's been experimenting with taking a picture of the lawn automatically on every stop. So when the truck stops and parks, there's a camera on the truck, and it takes a snapshot of the lawn, and it syncs it back to the home office, so that large companies that have really big scale, think about 30,000 customers, how do you keep track of every lawn's condition? They can track and monitor that progress of the improvement of the lawn through the season, and they don't even have to be at the lawn. So it's pretty cool. That's kind of something that I've seen that I haven't seen talked about, I guess, in any trade publications yet, is kind of a unique new problem with all. You got the Ring doorbell coming, and then now you have to have technology to prove you actually did the service out there. So that's kind of a new thing that we didn't have in years past, but certainly is here today. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know. Consumers are really hands-on now, and I'm like this way myself. We have a baby on the way, and like I have a smart home, so I have all smart light bulbs, and they're all on the Apple Home Kit, and I can have Siri turn on my lights at home and shut the garage. And I'm 28 years old, so like I'm very plugged into this kind of new buying way, and we're looking into like smart baby monitors where you can like monitor. So like people like to know that everything's on the up and up and safe, and that if I'm paying a company $500 a year and maybe I work a lot and I travel, I want to know that, that we're headed in the right direction, that my lawn's being serviced and the condition is improving and the pH is improving, whatever. They want to know the nitty gritty of that client journey, as to where maybe in years past, the older generations, they would be less hands-off maybe because the technology wasn't as prevalent as it is today. We're literally, the world we live in, you can have minute-by-minute updates of pretty much everything in your environment. I get updates throughout the day of every time my garage door opens and closes. Like, that just didn't exist 10 years ago. Maybe it did, but maybe not the scale it does today, where it's very cheap to get that technology installed and used. So yeah, so obviously the labor shortage has been talked about at great length. I don't see that, just from our perspective, maybe getting any better. So I think a firm's ability to recruit and hire is going to be more and more important, maybe more important than sales to grow a business. I have a lot of friends that own companies that are their ability to grow is limited by, hey, I can't find good people, I can't hire good people, I can't compete with Amazon offering $20 an hour in full benefits to go move boxes around, versus sitting in a hot truck all day and spraying